Some people walk into a room and instantly change the energy. Some can feel danger before it happens, sense lies behind a smile, or know exactly who will rise, who will fail, and who will secretly fall in love. They do not always call it a gift. Sometimes they call it instinct. Sometimes intuition. Sometimes just a strange feeling they have learned not to ignore. But if we are being honest, not all intuition is ordinary. Some zodiac signs are born carrying something deeper, darker, brighter, and far more mysterious than common sensitivity. They are the people who read others without effort, who attract destiny-changing opportunities, who seem to pull love, money, fame, and power toward themselves as if the invisible world is quietly working in their favor. These are the signs most often born with spiritual force in their bloodline. In many families, this gift does not begin with them. It comes through the women who prayed in silence, the grandfathers who sensed events before they happened, the mothers who dreamed true dreams, or the fathers whose words somehow always became reality. These signs often inherit more than appearance or character. They inherit energy, magnetism, protection, the ability to see what others miss. And when they learn how to use it, their lives become extraordinary. Some become famous because people cannot look away from them. Some make others obsessively fall in love. Some build huge businesses because they can sense the perfect moment, the perfect partner, the perfect risk before anyone else even notices it. So the real question is not whether magic exists. The real question is whether you were born under one of the signs that carries it naturally. Here are the first signs of the zodiac with the strongest supernatural gifts. 1. Scorpio, the human lie detector and dark energy alchemist. If there is one sign that can see through a person in less than 5 minutes, it is Scorpio. This sign does not just listen to words. Scorpio reads pauses, eye movements, tiny changes in tone, hidden motives, buried desires, and the wounds people are desperately trying to hide. While others are still deciding whether someone is trustworthy, Scorpio already knows the whole emotional map of that person. This is why so many Scorpios seem almost psychic. They are not easily fooled because they can feel the truth underneath appearances, and that alone is a superpower. Scorpio's gift is often connected to the unseen world. This is one of the signs most likely to be drawn to mysticism, tarot, energy work, spiritual protection, prophecy, symbolism, and everything forbidden or hidden. Their power is strongest when they stop trying to be normal and begin trusting the intensity they were born with. Scorpio can predict outcomes because they sense human nature so accurately. They know who will betray, who will return, who will become powerful, and who is pretending. In business, this becomes an incredible advantage. Scorpio often earns a lot of money, not by luck, but because they can detect weakness in a deal, false promises in a partner, and hidden value where everyone else sees nothing. This is how they can build serious wealth and sometimes entire empires. In love, Scorpio's magnetism is almost unfair. They do not have to chase very hard. Their depth, mystery, and emotional force pull people in. Many fall in love with Scorpio because being seen by them feels intoxicating. Scorpio makes others feel exposed, chosen, and understood on a level they may never have experienced before. That is why this sign so often becomes unforgettable. These gifts are most often inherited from grandma in Scorpio's family line. Very often there is a grandmother, great-grandmother, or older woman in the bloodline who had prophetic dreams, strong intuition, spiritual protection, or healing abilities nobody fully explained. Scorpio is the one who receives that old family magic and gives it modern power. 2. Pisces, the dream prophet and soft-spoken enchantress. Pisces is the sign that receives messages through feelings, symbols, dreams, and sudden emotional knowing. While other people need proof, Pisces often just knows. A name appears in a dream, and the person calls the next day. A strange heaviness appears in their chest, and later they discover someone close to them was suffering. Pisces has one of the thinnest veils between the visible and invisible worlds. This is the sign of natural psychics, mediums, intuitive artists, spiritual healers, and people whose emotional sensitivity is so deep it becomes a form of supernatural perception. What makes Pisces powerful is that their gift does not always look dramatic. It often looks soft, quiet, gentle, but do not underestimate it. Pisces can feel future events before they fully form. They catch the vibration of what is coming. They sense who is real, who is broken, who is dangerous, and who is meant for them. Because of this, Pisces often helps others become world famous. They inspire, heal, guide, write, create, and emotionally awaken the people around them. Many highly successful people have had a Pisces somewhere near them as a muse, a partner, a strategist, a spiritual support, or the one person who believed in their destiny before anyone else did. Pisces can also make people fall deeply in love, sometimes without even trying. There is something hypnotic about their softness mixed with mystery. They do not conquer by force. They enchant. They create emotional space that feels magical, and people begin to dream bigger when they are near them. That feeling is addictive. Pisces does not merely attract romance, they often awaken fantasy, devotion, and obsession. When Pisces learns to trust their intuition in work and money matters, their financial life can change dramatically. They are especially gifted in beauty, art, spiritual business, healing professions, psychology, media, film, music, fashion, and brands built on emotion or imagination. Pisces succeeds when they stop dismissing their sensitivity as weakness and realize it is actually their secret weapon. These superpowers are most often inherited from mom. In many Pisces family lines, the mother carries emotional intelligence so sharp it is nearly mystical. Sometimes she is the one who always knew who could be trusted. Sometimes she dreamed true dreams. Sometimes she silently carried spiritual strength no one appreciated enough. Pisces often receives that moonlight power directly through her. 3. Aquarius, the future reader and builder of genius empires. Aquarius has a very different kind of superpower. This is not the sign of old world magic wrapped in candles and whispers. Aquarius is the sign of future magic. They can sense what is coming before the crowd catches up. They see trends before they become movements. They recognize the next big idea, the next shift in culture, the next technology, the next way people will live, buy, love, communicate, and build power. Aquarius often seems strange only because they are mentally living several years ahead of everyone else. This sign has the gift of prophetic intelligence. Aquarius reads patterns in society the way others read headlines. They can feel where the world is going. That is why so many Aquarians can become wildly successful in business, innovation, media, technology, branding, social influence, and anything that requires bold vision. They do not simply predict the future, they often help create it. If any sign can turn intuition into a successful business empire, it is Aquarius. They know how to build what people do not yet realize they need. Aquarius also has an unusual power over groups. While Scorpio hypnotizes one person and Pisces enchants the heart, Aquarius can electrify the collective. They know how to influence the room, stir movements, attract followers, and become unforgettable because they carry an energy of destiny mixed with rebellion. Many people fall in love with Aquarius because they feel this sign is impossible to copy. Aquarius gives off the dangerous aura of someone touched by lightning, brilliant, original, and a little untouchable. Their power becomes even stronger when they stop hiding their weirdness. Aquarius fails when they try to be ordinary. They rise when they fully accept that their strangeness is exactly where their genius lives. Once they trust their inner signals, they can create fame, wealth, and social power on a massive scale. These gifts are most often inherited from grandpa. In many Aquarius bloodlines, there is a grandfather or older male ancestor who was unusual, inventive, eccentric, prophetic, rebellious, or far ahead of his time. Aquarius often inherits that visionary current, the kind that looks odd at first, then later proves absolutely right. 4. Cancer, the emotional witch and guardian of invisible protection. Cancer is one of the most underestimated powerful signs in the entire zodiac. People often notice their softness first, but that is exactly why they miss how strong the sign really is. Cancer does not need loud force to change reality. Their gift works through feeling, memory, intuition, emotional reading, and deep energetic protection. This is one of the signs most likely to walk into a place and instantly know whether something is wrong. They can sense tension before the first argument begins, betrayal before the truth comes out, and danger before anyone else even realizes the energy has shifted. Cancer feels everything, and that feeling is not weakness. It is spiritual radar. Among the 5 most gifted signs, Cancer is the one most often born with the power to protect. Their energy can cover a home, a relationship, a child, a business, even an entire family line. Many Cancers have an almost mystical connection to houses, ancestors, family objects, dreams, and the atmosphere of a place. They know when a home feels safe and when it does not. They know who enters with light and who brings darkness. If Cancer trusts this ability instead of ignoring it, they become almost impossible to deceive. Their inner voice is often frighteningly accurate. Cancer's supernatural ability is strongest in love and in healing. This sign can see what people are missing emotionally and can fill that void in a way that feels life-changing. That is why so many people become deeply attached to Cancer. They do not just fall in love with them, they feel emotionally recognized by them. Cancer makes others feel at home, understood, chosen, forgiven. For many, that becomes irresistible. It is not the kind of attraction that burns fast and disappears. It is the kind that stays in the bones. Cancer also has an unusual path to success and money. They often build wealth not through reckless risk, but through instinctive timing, people reading, emotional intelligence, and the ability to create trust. Cancer does especially well in family business, hospitality, beauty, real estate, psychology, education, healing, design, food, luxury services, and businesses where people pay for comfort, care, belonging, and emotional security. They can become very wealthy because they understand one truth better than most signs. People do not only buy products, they buy feelings. And Cancer knows exactly how to create those feelings. This is also the sign that can quietly help others become famous. Cancer often stands behind talented people as an emotional strategist, protector, muse, manager, or the one who sees greatness before the world does. They can strengthen another person's confidence, soften their weak points, and shield them from bad influences. A Cancer beside the right person can become the invisible reason that person rises higher than anyone expected. These powers are most often inherited from dad. In many Cancer bloodlines, the father or paternal line carries the protective gift, sometimes not as tenderness, but as instinct, warning, silent strength, or a strange ability to feel trouble before it arrives. Cancer often receives that guardian energy and transforms it into emotional magic. 5. Leo, the glamour magician and destiny magnet. Leo's superpower is impossible to fake. It is the power of radiance. Some people are seen, and some people are remembered. Leo is remembered. This sign walks into the world carrying something that feels larger than personality. It is presence. It is charisma. It is the mysterious ability to draw attention without begging for it. Leo does not simply attract eyes. Leo attracts projection, fascination, desire, admiration, loyalty, envy, and sometimes obsession. That is why this sign so often looks almost magical. Their energy changes the room before they even speak. But Leo's real superpower goes far beyond beauty or confidence. Leo can feel where recognition lives. They instinctively know how to position themselves, when to step forward, when to make a bold move, when to be silent, and when to shine so brightly that no one can ignore them. This is one of the strongest signs for fame, influence, public power, personal branding, leadership, and building empires out of pure magnetism plus courage. Leo often becomes successful because they sense what will impress people, what will move hearts, and what will make the world pay attention. Among these 5 gifted signs, Leo is the one most likely to make others fall in love with them almost instantly. Their magic is solar, warm, dazzling, unforgettable. People often feel more alive around Leo. They laugh more, dream more, want more, become bolder, and begin imagining a bigger life. That is part of Leo's enchantment. They do not just attract romance, they awaken longing. Many who fall for Leo are not only falling for a person, they are falling for the feeling of being near someone extraordinary. Leo is also deeply gifted when it comes to money. This sign can turn visibility into wealth better than almost anyone. They know how to monetize talent, image, leadership, performance, creativity, luxury, influence, and prestige. Leo succeeds in business when they stop downplaying themselves and start understanding that their natural authority is marketable power. Whether they work in media, beauty, luxury brands, fashion, entertainment, entrepreneurship, education, leadership, coaching, or high-level sales, Leo has the ability to make people believe. And once people believe, they invest. That is how Leos can build powerful, profitable, glamorous business empires. Leo also helps others become world famous, especially when they act as creative partners, promoters, leaders, mentors, or visionary collaborators. Their belief in greatness is contagious. They can spot star quality in others and draw it out. Many people become bigger, braver, and more visible after entering Leo's orbit. This sign gives people permission to shine, and that itself is a rare form of magic. These superpowers are most often inherited from grandma, especially a grandmother or older woman whose beauty, strength, charm, pride, or mysterious ability to influence people was unforgettable. In many Leo bloodlines, there is a woman who could walk into a room and instantly become the center of attention without ever asking for it. Leo often inherits that golden force. So, are you among them? The 5 zodiac signs most often born with supernatural gifts are Scorpio, Pisces, Aquarius, Cancer, and Leo. Scorpio sees through souls and senses danger, lies, and destiny before others do. Pisces receives whispers from dreams, emotions, and the invisible world. Aquarius reads the future and turns unusual vision into success and power. Cancer protects, heals, senses hidden energy, and guards the people they love. Leo enchants, magnetizes, inspires devotion, and turns personal power into fame, love, and fortune. If your sign is here, your gift may already be working, even if you have never named it. Maybe you always know who can be trusted. Maybe your dreams come true. Maybe people become obsessed with you for reasons they cannot explain. Maybe you sense the future. Maybe money follows your instincts. Maybe your presence alone changes what is possible for others. And if your sign is not on this list, it does not mean you have no magic. It may simply mean your power speaks in a different language. But these 5 signs, they are the ones most likely to carry the bloodline gifts of sorcerers, seers, charmers, protectors, and empire builders. The real secret is this: superpowers do not reveal themselves to people who laugh at their own intuition. They reveal themselves to those who trust what they feel, honor what they sense, and stop apologizing for being different. Because sometimes what the world calls too sensitive, too intense, too strange, or too much is actually the first sign that a person was born with something extraordinary.